The burden of expectation is so heavy that it can easily crush your self-esteem, motivation, drive, and energy. I'm sure you felt that feeling that you should be further ahead by now, or that you could have done more, that you're not living up to your potential, and it nags at you from the back of your head. It's this crawling sensation like nothing you ever do is good enough, or you're always messing something up. Maybe you expect yourself to be perfect, and maybe you've taken that belief from other people telling you that what you're doing is never good enough. One way or another, we seem to be dissatisfied with our own level of performance. We seem to feel like nothing's ever good enough. Imagine just how much happier and productive you'd be if all of this burden was really released. If you no longer had to carry the weight and the pressure, and you could just really enjoy the moment and be with what is right now. Well, your ability to focus would skyrocket, your emotional state overall would go up and improve, and because you're in a better mood, it's easier to do good work and it's easier to actually reach your goals. And if that's the case, isn't it then a no-brainer to finally stop getting in your own way and to really carry this extra load with you that's only blocking you from really achieving what you want? Take all these expectations and throw them straight in the trash. If only it were that easy, right? Well, it starts by asking yourself, where did all of this come from? Did I really just come out as a baby and start thinking, well, I better learn to speak by the time I'm 3 months old, and I gotta learn how to walk, and I gotta run, and then very, very quickly, I gotta do math at an extremely high level, and I need to drive a car and all this stuff, and I gotta pay my bills and taxes? No, of course not. Society loads all this stuff on, we get conditioned by the people around us, and then we believe, this is where I should be by this time frame. Maybe you compare yourself to other people on social media. You look at somebody who's on their chapter 39 and you're on your chapter 7 and you're thinking, well, why am I not further ahead? Shouldn't I be doing better? Look, I'm just not that good. Maybe I'm not that talented. What's wrong with me? Ain't nothing wrong with you except for the self-talk, except for the beliefs that are really just making you feel worse than you already do. The way to build momentum, the way to build confidence, to feel good, to have a successful life is through little wins that add up every single day. Not one big glorious moment, not just one big success. You have to do it over and over again, repeatedly. If I made this one piece of content, I wouldn't be anywhere. It wouldn't get me anywhere. But because I've done it every week, week in and week out for 10 years nearly now, well, what does that do? It increases the chances of success, maybe just a little bit, huh? Wouldn't you think? What I really want to convey to you is this idea that you are the one really continuing this cycle of pressure and tension. Yes, it's been handed down to you. Yes, we've been conditioned this way originally, but you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to keep doing it. At any point you can go, you know what? This doesn't make me feel good. I don't want it anymore. And when you start to realize where it comes from, it gives you the ability to say, it's within reason. It makes sense that I feel this way. It makes sense that I believe this to be true because that's what I was taught. Now that I'm questioning it, I can start to think, maybe there is a better way of going about things. What if instead of these filthy expectations, we had some really great goals, something motivating, something that pulls you and really draws you into action, motivates you, inspires you, so that you're working out of inspiration rather than desperation. Instead of having to chase yourself and push yourself and really just exerting all this extra energy, can't it be fun to achieve everything you want in your life? Can't it just be enjoyable? If not, I ask you why not, and I ask you to continuously push for an answer within yourself. If there's something blocking you, don't let it stay that way. Imagine chopping down a tree, but all you have as a tool is a blunt axe. And you swing and you swing and you swing, and even if you do it for 10 hours, you're probably not getting much of progress. However, if you just spent 15 minutes sharpening that axe, already your job becomes that much easier. In the same way, if you lighten your mind, if you make it easier to think well, if you make it easier to behave well, then really you find that life flows much easier, more effortlessly. Instead of having to apply brute force and exerting all this extra unnecessary energy, all of a sudden it's almost like, this isn't really that hard. yeah, I don't really feel any pressure, and wow, it's actually pretty easy to perform well. When you release your expectations, you are doing yourself this massive favor. You are letting go of really trauma, baggage, all this heavy pent-up energy that's really not useful at all. And what you'll find is what takes its place is inspiration and a willingness, a passion for what you're trying to achieve, instead of feeling like it's a burden. I hope that this was helpful to you. And if you want to take your performance to the next level, if you want to step it up even more, if you want some accountability, somebody to really push you to be at your best, to support you every week, to really help you optimize every area of your life, from your mindset, psychology, thinking, your health, but also your habits, your routines, your relationships, then I invite you to jump on a one-on-one call with me. We'll talk personally. The link to that is in the description. It's erafael.com. We'll have a conversation, see if we're a good fit. And if so, we could be working together every week. And in that case, you'd be having me personally guiding you, coaching you, mentoring you to help you live your very best life.